Morning, everyone. It's hard to believe it's the end of April and it feels like a winter morning. Everybody had to unpack their winter suits, coats, boots, whatever, because it's really winter. Winter is back. It looks a bit strange to see fresh leaves and snow all together, but oh well, it's what we have now. The entire park is actually full of such broken trees, and that's why this weather is not good for trees and for everyone, because there are leaves and trees are heavy and they're just breaking down. Back to my usual routine, a weekly update. So last week I've been busy with fixing up my configurations and fixing up Packle bindings for Go. Spent a while on it, learned how it actually works. I was not happy with having a tons of environment variables set for my software, and I would like to implement even more granular control, and sometimes I was just resisting to do so just because I have so many environment variables already, and that is necessary to control that it's becoming overwhelming. From one side, it's great to have everything in environment variables, but from the other, it's not really readable. You need to spend some time to document it well. You need some time to even explain it to your colleagues if you're not working alone on the project. You need some time to support them so they get used to the way you or your team is organizing these environment variables, what to pass, what exactly it means. What solves Packle and what I enjoy about Packle is possibility to define the form of the future configuration. It's possible using modules, so basically each file is a module, and it's possible to use classes and custom validations for the specific fields, and enums are present there as well, so it's easy to explain, to explicitly define that we should accept just two or maybe a bit more but specific string values, let's say like development and production and probably debug, and you want this mode to not be a cryptic zeros, ones or something else, and you don't want someone to guess, so you just define that this property is either one, either two, or more options, and that's it. So anyone who has access to these definitions can know for sure what is expected there. This is also a reason why I've spent these days on Packle. Hopefully changes will get merged after all, but of course we have to have discussions. Apart of that, I'm still working on my bot. Today I'm finishing the very basic functionality of editing already scheduled posts of deleting the schedule, and obviously to publish them immediately just in case someone needs that without editing and changing the time. It's much more easier to click a button, publish, and get published on the next run. For the scheduled posting, I use Chrono library. It's a Go library, and I don't like crons. I would prefer to have a full control within my binary with my code. Go allows to do this perfectly. That's one of the reasons I love working with Go, because I can spawn a lot of Go routines and have a full control how they are working, when they are working, how they interact, if they need to interact in between each other. So that's the straightforward solution. So once in a minute it wakes up, it checks if there are any posts scheduled to be posted. There are some things to be adjusted, because right now it can post only one post per each run. I just need to refactor that code a bit, so it will be able to grab all the posts that are scheduled to be posted and post them one by one appropriately. Actually, the very next step, the goal for this week, is to make this bot running, at least in the webhook mode on my home server, but I'm actually going to start posting on my own channel outside the office the collection of the pictures I have gathered through the years, and this is a great way to test my own product, to be a client of my own product. I'm experimenting with a wider lens these days, and I'm also experimenting with a Blackmagic Cam app on my iPhone. So some shots from the outside has been made on my iPhone camera, and this is something new, some new steps, right? So each time I'm trying to evolve to make a next step further to introduce something good. So let me know if you like a wider view or you like the more narrow view. So yeah, I would be curious to listen your feedback on this. Last not least, boring. I'm still moving forward with my iOS learning path. I'm learning SwiftUI as I've promised that I will create an application to manage my bot, not from Telegram, but from the dedicated application with dedicated API. I'm somehow familiar already with SwiftUI, and I found it similar to Vue, as I've been using Vue a lot recently, but also React. I've not been touching it for some years, but still I understand that this is a similar concept, the similar approach, and yeah, that's curious to see the other perspective of the same approach. I mean, what we are doing on the front end nowadays, and what are the mobile developers doing on the mobile side, what is their approach. My first impression after a bit more than a month with Swift, actually, I found it's a really interesting language. It has a syntax that requires some attention from my side. I'm used to the Go mostly, maybe JavaScript, where some things could be avoided, or text editors would apply some small change like spaces, etc. For me, I have not yet mastered Xcode myself, so sometimes something is not right because I miss some specific symbols like semicolon or space or similar, but that's fine. That's actually the way I used to learn languages, when I need to put a lot of attention to my code, and this is actually why later on I actually remember a lot of this code. I encourage you to subscribe to my Outside the Office channel as soon as I launch my bot this week. I will start posting content there. I have a lot of content already, and weather is not good right now. Therefore, I'm focused on coding this week, so I've been launching the bot in its alpha 001 version, but still it's able to do the most important aspects of it. And yeah, that will be it. Next week is much more promising, so I will probably be back to writing and collecting the awesome memories outside the office. Thanks again for watching this. All the best to you. Wish you well. Bye bye.